Hi everyone. Good afternoon, uh, good morning, or good evening, depending on where you're coming from. My name is Justin from Pearson and Partners Korea. Today we'll discuss the essential steps and consideration for foreign investors looking into set up a business in Korea. Yes. So this presentation will take about 15 minutes, followed by the Q&A session, where you can ask any questions you may have. During the slide, you can feel free to raise your hand and ask any questions. So let's begin with the brief overview of what we will cover today. Um, Number one, basic types of foreign investors. The second one, types of companies in Korea. Third one, steps to set up a company. The fourth, relevant visa types for foreign investors. So we'll walk you through each of these topics in details to give you a clear understanding of the process. So who are we? Since 2017, Pearson Partners Korea has assisted over 700 clients in expanding their business into Korea through our comprehensive services. From company setup and accounting to tax, we provide all-in-one service. Our mission is to make the process of entering Korean market as smooth and successful as possible for our international clients. Basic type of foreign investors. The first one we'll cover is the liaison office. A liaison office in Korea is limited to performing non-taxable activities on behalf of its overseas headquarters, such as market research. It's important to note that a liaison office cannot engage in any sales or business support activities. The overseas headquarters remains fully liable for any obligations incurred by the liaison office in Korea. The second one, we have the branch office. Unlike a liaison office, a branch office in Korea can engage in taxable activities. This means that any income generated by the branch office is subject to Korean corporate income tax and 10% VAT. However, it's important to note that the branch office does not provide liability protection similar to a liaison office, meaning that the overseas headquarters remains fully liable for any obligations incurred by the branch office in Korea. A company, on the other hand, offers limited liability protection separate from a parent company. This is more common structure for foreign investors who wish to actively engage in sales within Korea. However, companies are subject to the Korean corporate income tax and a 22% withholding tax on dividends, unless a tax treaty applies between Korea and the country of your tax residence. The first type of companies we'll discuss is joint stock company, or 주식회사 in Korean. This type of company raises equity capital through issuance of shares, which can be freely transferred. Shareholders are only liable to the extent of their contribution and have voting rights based on their shareholding. If the company's capital exceeds 1 billion Korean won, it's required to set up a board of directors and appoint a statutory auditor. Next, we have limited company or 유한회사. Members of limited company have limited liability, and their voting rights are based on the number of units they hold. However, equity transfer can be restricted, and these companies cannot be listed in Korea stock exchanges or issue bonds. Ada, you hear the echo, right? Is it better? Is it better, Ada?
Similar, yeah.
Okay, let me just double check. Is it better?
Now better.
It's better? Okay. Okay. So back to the limited company. Um, so limited company is more suitable for small and medium-sized businesses that does not require a large number of shareholders or complex operations. So next, we'll move on to company establishment steps. I will pass it on to my colleague Kyung-chae.
Hi, thank you, Justin. Hi, my name is Kyung-chae Baek, and I'm a senior consultant at Pearson Partners Korea. And sorry for about the echo. I think there's some technical problem happening right now, but I'll try my best. So let's begin with the step-by-step breakdown of the incorporation process in South Korea. Step 1, prepare all legal documents. First, you must gather and prepare all the necessary legal documents. This involves having them notarized and obtaining an apostille. The documents require legalization include the seal impression declaration, power of attorney, letter of acceptance, transfer, and proof of address, and so on. In that case, you can, if you cannot get apostille from your country, you can visit the Korean embassy to obtain consular certification instead. And step 2, register the company. Next, the corporation registration is to be processed and submit at the appropriate registry office. It is crucial to clearly define the company name, directors, shareholders, capital, and business purpose before registration. And step 3, complete business registration. Once your company is registered, the next step is to complete your business registration at the tax office. Depending on the situation, if a license or permit is required, it may be need to be obtained either before or after the business registration. Step 4, open a company bank account. The final step is to open a company bank account. It is advisable to have a Korean account for use in Korea and foreign currency account for international transaction. Additionally, it is important to obtain digital certificate and an OTP card to enable secure access and transaction from abroad. The entire process typically takes around 2 weeks to complete once we get the legalization document from your end. And key checklist before incorporation. Registration, before register your company, you need to check it out a few facts. First, regulation regarding director and shareholder. In Korea, there are no specific legal restriction or condition for those roles, which means unlike other country, you do not need to have the nominee director, nominee shareholder, which means the only shareholder, sole shareholder and director is a possible option. And second, capital requirements. Korean law does not impose a mandatory minimum capital for set up company in Korea. However, starting with at least 5,000 USD is advisable, especially for acquiring securities and ensuring smooth initial operation. For those who applying for D8 visa, which is intended for foreign direct investment, a capital investment of 100 million Korean won is required. Register address. Before establishing a company, it is necessary to secure an address and have the contract in the place to proceed with the incorporation. For those who cannot who do not want it to afford the physical address, virtual office can be the alternative option. Relevant visa type. Let's talk about the relevant visa type in Korea for foreign investor. So D8 visa, corporate investor visa, is for foreign investor who wanted to start a business or join as an executive in Korea. A minimum investment of 100 million Korean won or approximately 73,000 USD is required. And the D7 visa, intra-company transfer work visa, is intended for employee of a foreign company who are transferred to a branch or liaison office in Korea. To qualify, the employee must have at least 1 year of experience with the foreign company as a parent company. There is a no investment requirement. Thank you for your attention today. If you have any further questions or need assistance with setting up a company in Korea and doing business in South Korea, please do not hesitate to contact us. We are here to support you every step of the way. Thank you.